what's up guys? Just wanted to share with you guys really quickly how it is I now do what I love doing for a living. And I want to share this because I know this is a very important part of people's lives. We know two things to be certain: that we have to make a living and that we want to be happy. I think that's pretty safe to assume for most people. Now, there are larger components that surround this topic, and I'm going to break those up into other videos, but for now, I'm just going to give you the skeleton of how I went from working jobs I hated to now living my life's passion. And for those of you who don't know, I love photography, I love videography, and I'm a professional videographer now. So the first step was that when I was younger, I decided to turn off the biological clock that everyone kind of has ticking within them. The clock that tells you that you have to get married by a certain age, that you have to have kids by a certain age, that you have to go to a 4-year school and get your degree by a certain age. I turned all of that off because I didn't want to live my life under the gun. I didn't want to live my life pressured, feeling that I have to get things done by a certain time because I knew that I would wind up doing something that makes me unhappy. I mean, I know there are people who can operate well under pressure, but when it comes time to deciding what you want to do for the rest of your life and you're pressured to figure something out, guess what happens? Most people get stuck and they become more frustrated and more unhappy, and then they wind up doing something completely miserable. So I shut that clock off, number one. Step number two is that I did not go to college. I decided that for me in my life, I don't want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on an education. I knew that I had to make a living and I knew I wanted to be happy. And so I asked myself, was getting a degree the only way to make a living and then be happy? And the answer was no. And so I decided that I'm not going to do that. So I went to go live my life. I decided that I'm just going to live life, experience as much as I can experience, and then let's see what happens. And that led me to step number three: not knowing what I wanted to do with my life. You see, I didn't force myself into picking something at a young age and deciding this is what I want to do. I just told myself that I don't know what I want to do. It's okay that I don't know what I want to do, and I'm just going to experience as much as I can, knowing that everything that I do is going to lead me to my life's passion. Now, I didn't know how, I didn't know when, but I always knew that no matter what I did, no matter what jobs I worked, it would always lead me to my life's passion. And so operating under this mindset, guess what happened? I lived my life. I let experiences kind of happen. I observed. I didn't judge them. And slower and slower and slower, I became more drawn to my life's passion, which is photography. When my friend introduced me to the camera, I fell in love. Now, I didn't say that I wanted to be a photographer or be a videographer for the rest of my life, but I did say that I love it, and if I could make a living doing what I love, then I'll do it. And one of the last steps that I'll share with you that is very, very important is I affirmed my reality through affirmations. Daily and nightly, 100%. Because when you find something you love, what's the first thing you think? There's no way you can make a living doing that, because following your heart means you're going to be broke. That's a conditioned belief that most of society has, and so I had to change that belief. And one of the best ways to change a belief is by repeatedly affirming to yourself that it is possible to do that. And so I said to myself every day and every night that I want to be free and financially independent, and I knew that photography was what I wanted to do. So I affirmed every single night. I wrote it down in my journal when I woke up, I wrote it down in my journal when I went to bed, and I continuously affirmed until I started believing what I was actually saying. That's how affirmations work. You take yourself from a state of non-belief or disbelief to a state of belief. And so when I started believing it, then things started happening. Things that would thus propel me to doing what I love doing for a living. I didn't even have to affirm it anymore. It just became part of my reality. So just wanted to keep that really, really short. I will, like I said, break this off into other videos because there's so much more detail that goes into it. But just wanted to give you guys a skeleton idea of what I've kind of done with my life to lead me up to this point. So I am very thankful that I'm now able to do what I love doing for a living. And I just want for everyone else to be able to do the same. You know, shatter your limiting beliefs. That's why I have Black White Guy in America Unlimited. Unlimit yourself. Just unlimit your mind. Anything is possible. through the right amount of persistency, consistency, and belief. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to share, go ahead and do that. That would be appreciated as well. And as always, thank you to the returning viewers and new subscribers. I really do appreciate it. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.